Hey Stomokos, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Samuel Shama, and today I want to talk about something very interesting. To be fair, um, the days when you just don't feel like doing something, like for example, today I have a lot to do, and I'm here. I forgot somebody was in the background. Anyway, yeah, I have a lot to do, and sometimes you just don't know where to start. Yeah, it's basically Saturday. I'm supposed to be revising. I have like 6 papers next week for exams. I have a book I want to read and I just don't know where to start. But I've been reading 5 a.m. Club. It's actually my best book as of now. I don't know if it will change anytime soon. So I just wanted to make this video to check out the camera quality from afar. I don't know if I'll ever post this, hopefully not, because I wasn't really planned or prepared for this video. I'm not saying I planned, but at least I come with attention that I'm going to speak about. That's all the time we have for now. We didn't really have any time. This video is literally 2 minutes. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going to be at this point in case I ever post this video. If I'll be like at, I don't know, 100 subscribers, 1000, I don't know. But all the best. Though today I woke up feeling like an orchestra, like, these people who conduct, I don't want to call them conductors, because I don't really know what they're called, but people who conduct big, maybe managing big sites and studios and maybe movie directors, something of that sort. I was like, in case I was to have a job, I'd look at myself maybe like a presenter. Okay, right now I'm doing YouTube and it's a bit of that. I just loved those people who like present on TV and they're like, what's up people, on this show we're going to show this and this, and just having their feel on the stage, on the floor, just really looks beautiful to me. Also considering for example, people who like manage big studios and stuff like that, and they're always okay. For example, event managers, they're like you're managing maybe like maybe a special wedding or something like that, and you're always moving up and down, showing people what to do, helping them, blah blah blah. That kind of life, like, really do something well for me. And to think about it, I realized that that is the direction I was going. Because as I'm reading 5 a.m. Club, there's just something that they talk about that just hit me hard, and that was leading a great life. That is when I realized that many times we think we're supposed to live, have fun, blah blah blah, but in actual sense we are all leading lives. So the way I would look at myself being that orchestra, or like I'm controlling all those things and doing this and this, and they go high, doing this and they go low, all that stuff. That is the way we are legit living our lives, orchestrating them. And I don't know if I'm saying it correctly or even that word exists, but I think you get the point. We are all leading and living lives. So when you decide to wake up in the morning, it's like you're telling these people, get up at 5. When you decide to eat healthy, it's like you're telling these people, this is your diet you're going to eat. When you read hard, it's like that is exactly what you're doing. You're leading a life. So for me, I've started to look at myself as an entire organization, as an entire group of things. I don't know if I'm making sense to you, but you get the whole point. So when I do something, I want to do it intentionally, because like somebody would manage a company and they're like, I want the finance department to invest this much. That is how you're going to handle your finances. How you're going to handle your wallet. Like, I want maybe the knowledge department. I don't know if that exists in any company. Maybe the people who analyze or stuff like that. I want them to put in this much information. I want them to learn so that they can inform us on these good business ideas. That is how you should look at your life when you're reading, when you're maybe studying for a test exam. Even though there is nothing like that and you're just studying, if you led a life instead of lived a life, your life would be much better. And to be honest, I started this video without knowing exactly what I'm going to talk about, but you see how things just start to flow. If you do, or you just try that even just for a few weeks, there's going to be a lot of change, because I'm already seeing change in my life. Like, I'm like, now for example, if I'm just like Saturday morning like today, and I'm just there sitting down doing nothing, and like, oh, I think I'm going to do this, I think I'm going to do that. Just imagine an organization, the director or a manager, or like, can I say, for example, movies that have directors, and they're doing nothing. Like, they're not telling people what to do, or they're just sitting there also lounging around. I remember in business, there's this kind of administration called laissez faire, whereby The leader gives the people choices, like maybe 5 options, and they do whatever they feel best. That kind of, and I'm not saying like it's bad or anything like that, but that's a kind of life you're living. And trust me, one of the biggest disadvantages of that kind of business administration or leadership is that there is a lot of work that cannot be done. There is a lot of indecisive decisions. Okay, there is a lot of confusion. And for organizations or businesses where things are moving at pace, at pace, at pace, you discover and you find yourself in an area whereby there's a lot that is not going to be done. So that is legit what our lives look like these days. We're living laissez-faire lives, can I just call them that? Whereby you wake up and you're like, oh, should I wake up? No, don't wake up. Oh, should I eat food? Oh, no, don't eat food. I think I'm going to scroll TikTok for 5 hours. Yeah, just imagine you're in a business and that's supposed to be informing you of business ideas. That's supposed to be giving you of maybe where to start, where not to start, things like that. Is watching TikTok. They're not appearing, they're not doing their job. Let's imagine how beautiful your business ideas are going to be. I bet you'd even call me, you'll even consult from me. I don't know. I'm not saying because I know, but you start looking for other options that are not even in the picture. Because where the hell are you going to find me? I mean like, so that's the whole point. That is that laissez-faire lives we are starting to live these days. We are these kind of directors. In case we're directing a movie, nothing would happen. You know, one of the biggest upsets of this year was the fact that GTA 6 was pushed to next year. After people waiting for over like, I don't know how many months. I'm not a fan of those things. But I respect I respect what people like and find interesting. So people wait for that long and they buzz them that it's coming out next year. And its budget is 1 point something billion. Just imagine all that on a game. I'm not criticizing anyone, don't get me wrong, but that is how some of our lives will be. The director of a movie, I don't know what you'd call your movie, and boom, every time it's about to come out, the premiere is coming up, you're like, oh, it's next year, next year, next year. Those are the lives we're living. You know, one of the best quotes I learned this week is that imagine you were opening a book, but every time you closed a page in that book, you'd never get a chance to open it again. How carefully would you open it? And here is the beautiful fact. That book is your life. Don't count it in years, don't count it in months, don't count it in decades, but just count it in days. Every day you close, you're never going to get it again. So just ask yourself how many words are on the first page. I know you may have you may be like, oh my god, Shama, I did blah 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 blah. I did A, B, C, D, E, F, G on such a day. I did all that on such a day. Huh? Beautiful. Respect that. But what about other days? Some of us have one word on the whole page. Oh, my bad. One letter on the whole page. Other people, you have 2 paragraphs, not knowing that you're using an A4 paper. Like, those are things we are doing. Like, we don't even know how to bring it out else. Just imagine you were opening that book, but every page you opened and closed, you wouldn't get a chance. How carefully would you take that? That is what I'm telling you guys. Stormwalkers, let us learn to use our time well. Let us learn to put the best in our days. You're not coming back. As you're wasting this morning, thinking of should I maybe play Minecraft, should I read? I didn't really feel like reading. That's what they call discipline. You know, discipline is showing up for yourself. Discipline is not supposed to be beautiful. It's not supposed to be interesting, lovely to do. No, it's never. It's supposed to be necessary. And unlike maybe working hard or whatsoever, anything else you do or maybe grind, discipline is legit showing up for yourself. So dear friends, my fellow stormwalkers, that's the quote I leave you with. Think about it, meditate on it, and don't just think about it, but practice it. Remember, I met some beautiful person in my life last year who really said some words of wisdom to me. She gave me advice, and I was like, I'm going to consider it and think about it. And she was like, don't think about it, put it into practice. That has been today's scoop. This remains Scoop 101. It's a podcast. We'll see you in the next one.